You are live on Zimbo Tv Gh News at our studio here at Dabala Junction. My name is Peter Nate Agbayome, and to the headlines. Asutifin North MP says he only intervened to calm tensions during the attack on the military at Shidiem. Also, disability group DESDA has welcomed free tertiary education policy, demands sustainable implementations. And on development, Germany pledges 823 million Ghana cedis to boost Ghana's development initiatives. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The Member of Parliament for Asitifi South, Collins Dauda, has clarified his rules in the recent confrontation between residents of Shidiem and the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat, that is NIMOS Task Force. Speaking on Ansepa FM today, Monday, November 3, 2025, Collins Dauda denied claims that he instructed the release of arrested miners and explained how the Asitifi North MP became involved in the matter. Collins Dauda said he first became aware of the military operation in his constituency whilst attending meetings of the Pan-African Parliament in South Africa. Upon receiving multiple calls from constituents, he asked the assembly member to visit the site so he could speak with the team leader. However, the team leader refused to engage him, according to Collins Dauda. He explained that when the calls kept coming, the Asutifi North MP contacted him saying he was coming for a funeral in his constituency. He pleaded with him, giving the position to him to go and speak with the commander of the team, hoping he would be able to get a briefing. He did not initially plan to go there as he became involved because he asked him to go there. Collins Dauda added that when the MP eventually visited the site, the commander briefed him during about the ongoing illegal mining activities and said the destruction of the equipment. Addressing allegations that he instructed the commander to release arrested individuals, Dauda was emphatic, saying he did not instruct the commander to release anyone that has been arrested. Dauda's statement comes amid ongoing investigations by the Criminal Investigation Department (CID) following the attack on the NIMOS personnel at Shidiem on Saturday, November 1, 2025. Vehicles were damaged and the mob reportedly tried to disrupt the handover of seized items and suspects at the police station. Meanwhile, Mr. Addo, in a statement clarifying his involvement, said he felt compelled to respond to what he described as an unfortunate misunderstanding surrounding his role in the incident. Narrating the event, the MP explained that on November 1, 2025, he was on his way to a funeral in the Asutifi South constituency when he received information about a tense situation that the Sweden involved military personnel conducting operations at the gold extraction site. Let's now take you to the Member of Parliament for the Asitifi North, Ebenezer Kweju Addo, who has clarified his involvement in the recent confrontation between residents of his constituency and members of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat (NIMOS) task force that was attacked at Shidiem in the Ahafo region. In a statement issued on November 3, 2025, Mr. Addo said he felt compelled to respond to what he described as an unfortunate misunderstanding surrounding his role in the incident, which has drawn national attention. Narrating the event, the MP explained that on November 1, 2025, he was on his way to a funeral at Atrensua in the Asutifi South constituency when he received information about a tense situation at Sweden involving military personnel conducting operations at a gold extraction site. He said he immediately contacted the MP for Asuti South, Honorable Collins Dauda, who was outside the country at the time and was asked to visit the site on his behalf to ascertain the situation. Now, in the press release that comes from the office of the Member of Parliament, Honorable Ebenezer Kweku Ado of the Asuti North constituency, let's take you through what he has released in part of the statement that came as of today. Press release to the good people of Asuti North and the general public. I am compelled to address the recent unfortunate incident between some residents of Asuti South and a military task force deployed on national assignment, NIMOS. Chronology of what happened. 1. On 1st November 2025, whilst en route to a funeral at Atrinsua in the Asitifi South constituency, I inquired from Honorable Collins Dauda, the MP for the Asutifi South constituency, where he was available so we could move together. Honorable Dauda indicated that he is currently not in the country, so I could represent him. Upon reaching Sweden, I realized there was a tension in town, so I inquired and was told there was a military operation ongoing at a gold extraction site. I quickly called back Honorable Dauda to inform him of the development. He asked me to go to the site to enable him speak with the team to ascertain what was going on because of the assembly members who he sent wasn't spoke to by the military team. Upon reaching the site with my constituency vice chairman and driver, I introduced myself to the leader and asked that he speak to the person on the phone. Having arrived at the place, I saw some youth at the site, whilst others gradually mixed up. The only advice I could give was for us to move to the police station to officially make a statement and subsequently hand over items and suspects to the police to calm tensions. Upon reaching the police station, it was seen that the major road has been blocked, preventing vehicular movement. Together with the military, regional police crime officer, NIB operatives, Kinanshi police commander, we all remained in the police charge office while statements were being taken. I went further to call in the Zongo chief of Sweden to assist us in calming the situation, and he came. Having finalized the handing over of items to the regional crime officer, the Zongo chief volunteered to pick the military officers into his Toyota Sequoia vehicle because the pickup of the military has been tampered with. The Toyota vehicle of the Zongo chief had his glasses smashed at the back. By then, I had left to attend other funerals in Ntotrusu, Jedru, and Wuminiso. I wish to state under no circumstance will I incite the youth against security officers and any government planned agenda. As a responsible lawmaker, I offered my support to ensure there is calmness in the area and will always work together with every security agency to maintain law and order. It is quite unfortunate that the police in their steering failed to acknowledge my contribution towards ensuring that calmness prevail. I urge the public to disregard the false narrative aimed at tarnishing my reputation and undermining my effort to serve my constituents. As your member of parliament, I want to assure you that I remain committed to the welfare and safety of the Ghanaian citizen and other state institutions. The end of the statement signed by Ebenezer Kweku Ado, the MP for Asitifi North constituency. Away from that, and now let's take you to the Auditor General Johnson Asiedu Akuamwa has published an interim list of rejected and pending claims, commitments, and bank transfer advices BTA submitted by the Minister for Finance Kesel Ato-Forsen for verification as part of efforts to ensure transparency and accountability in the management of public funds. The Ministry of Finance had earlier submitted to the Auditor General all outstanding commitments, claims, and BTAs as of December 31, 2024 to be audited before any payments were made. This claim relates to work executed and services rendered under various government projects across ministries, departments, and agencies (MDAs) nationwide. According to the Auditor General, the audit was conducted between May and October 2025 in collaboration with global accounting firm PwC and EY. The process was involved engagement with MDAs, contractors, and suppliers to verify and validate the legitimacy of their claims. The newly published list, he explained, covers arrears and outstanding commitments that has either been rejected or remained pending further justification before payment. The Auditor General further announced that affected parties has the opportunity to contest or justify their claims by submitting supporting documentation through the relevant MDAs to the Ghana Audit Service for final validation. This verification window remains open until 7 November 2025. After that date, any arrest or commitment that remain rejected or unverified will be permanently expunged from the government arrears and commitment record. Let's now go into education, where the Disability and Social Development Advocacy, DASDA Africa, has welcomed the government's new free tertiary education policy for persons with disability (PWDs), describing it as a landmark step toward inclusive education and national development. The initiative, launched by President John Dramani Mahama, aims to provide free tertiary education for all qualified Ghanaians with disabilities. In his address at the launch, President Mahama described the policy as a moral responsibility rather than an act of charity, emphasizing that each beneficiary represents an asset to the nation, capable of contributing to Ghana's growth and innovation. In a statement issued in Accra on November 3, 2025, the Executive Director of DASDA Africa, Mr. Wadi Isaac Kweku, commended the government for the bold move but called for attention to sustainability, transparency, and effective job linkages to ensure the policy long-term success. DASDA Africa outlined several key recommendations to strengthen the initiative. The organization urged the government to establish institutional mechanisms that guarantee annual funding, efficient administration, and accountability. It also called for collaboration between the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission (GTEC) and National Council on Persons with Disability (NCPD) and disability-led organizations to define clear eligibility criteria and monitor implementations. To protect the integrity of the policy, DASDA African cautioned against possible infiltration by non-eligible persons and recommended a rigorous but accessible verification process to ensure that genuine PWDs benefit from the initiative. The organization also appealed for the policy to be extended to cover postgraduate studies, noting that supporting PWDs to attain master's and PhD degrees will build a stronger pool of scholars and professionals with disabilities contributing to Ghana's inclusive growth agenda. DASDA Africa further emphasized the need to link education with employment and entrepreneurship. It proposed the creation of an employment matching program connecting persons with disability graduates with inclusive employers, as well as business incubation support for those pursuing entrepreneurship. The organization reiterated its commitment to working with the government, tertiary institutions, disability-led organizations, and the private sector to ensure that the policy achieve its transformative growth. DASA Africa is a grassroots organization that advocates for the right, empowerment, and inclusion of persons with disability across Africa, partnering with government, civil society, and the private sector to advance inclusive education and employment. Let's conclude our bulletin with the economy, where Germany has committed 65 million euros, approximately 823 million Ghana cedis, to boost Ghana's development initiative in areas such as youth employment, renewable energy, and technical skills training. Addressing the press at the Jubilee House on Monday, November 3, 2025, German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier assured Germany's ongoing support towards quality employment opportunities for Ghana's youth. He added that the gesture is to celebrate the 50th anniversary of development cooperation between Ghana and Germany. President, you rightfully pointed out that Ghana and Germany are linked and have been linked by a long-standing close partnership and friendship, to be honest, basically reaching back to the day that the country became independent. President of the Federal Republic of Germany, His Excellency Frank Walker, in a 3-day state visit to Ghana, the visit, which runs through from Sunday, November 2 to Tuesday, November 4, 2025, seeks to strengthen the long-standing partnership between Ghana and Germany with a focus on deepening cooperation in trade, investment, technology, and development. As part of his engagement in Africa, the president is expected to visit the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park to lay a wreath at the tomb of Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He will also interact with young Ghanaian IT specialists and later attend a reception at the German ambassador's residence. On Tuesday, the final day of his visit, the president will travel to Kumasi in the Ashanti region, where he will perform a sword cutting ceremony at the Kumasi Technical Institute. He will engage with staff and students of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology KNUST, tour the campus, to tour Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research, and pay a courtesy call on the Asantehene Otumfuo Osetutu II at the Menchia Palace. This brings us to the end of our bulletin here at Zimbo Studio at Dabala Junction. I am Peter Nate Agbayome. Thank you for doing the watching.